have like clear videos and pictures, you know? You don't have clear videos and pictures, nobody gonna wanna watch. It's a lot of blurry content I just seen on my phone, or content just wasn't good, you know? Boring, or not interesting. You gotta teach people something, show people something, tell people something interesting. Story times, even your outfits of the day or to get raised with me, you gotta be doing something. Like they can't be it can't be boring, you know? Lighting is trash, boring, pointless content people don't care about. This isn't Instagram. Um what else? What else? So what else? What else? What else? What else y'all think is a few things that y'all should that y'all struggle with? Is anybody like a small content creator? Or what do y'all hate, I guess, about small content creators? Nada? Nada? Oh. I hate like I hate a blurry video. I hate bad lighting. I hate when if you don't like know somebody, they're just doing something as if they're like, you know, a known creator. Like, let me get to know you, or at least have content on your page. Another thing is that people don't post enough. Y'all don't be posting enough. You can't post one time a month and think you're gonna make it, or you can't even post. I don't even think two times a week and think you're gonna make it. Y'all have to post. Y'all gotta post. Y'all gotta post almost every day if you want to be a content creator. Once a day is the least you could post to like make it as a content creator. Once a day is the least amount. My recommendation is to post 3 to 5 times. Thank you, Val. Thank you. Appreciate you. My recommendation is to post at least 3 to 5 times a day. And you gotta understand what app you're on. If you're on the Tube, is different. If you're on the Talk, is different. You know, and on all the other apps, Snapchat is different. Snapchat has no niche. You just need to post 15 times a day on Snapchat. That's easy. But for the Talk, sometimes hi, Irma. So you for talk you I feel like for all content creators you need to have a niche. But if you don't have a niche, keep posting. Keep posting till something hit. The algorithm will let you know what the niche is when it's time. Like if you just keep posting, I'm promise you'll hit. Like the problem that y'all not people don't follow y'all and not trusting you guys as content creators because you're not posting enough. And then you have to make sure your content is valuable. They gotta teach them something. They gotta learn something, or it gotta be interesting story time where you just have one of those dynamic personalities. See, like my page, I do like monster content. That's super interesting. People want to learn about that and know about it. You know, so you can do any content on almost anything. I see dogs going viral, dogs with a million different pages. Any predictions for Interview with the Vampire 3? Interview with the Vampire Season 3, Akasha. Akasha comes in the fold. I don't know who's going to play her, so I'm nervous about who the actress is, but Akasha returns back to the fold. And, things get a little sticky. I feel like it's going to be play off the what is it called? Queen of the Dam mixed with the Interview with a Vampire, you know? So it might just go in the future. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I feel like they're gonna. Akasha's a huge character, so they gotta bring her back. I like. Love my chair. My chair is. Oh, it's not. Okay. I like they are keeping the cast a mystery. The cast is a big mystery. Yeah, they definitely told them people they can't. You know how they Aaron Pierre they revealed he was Iron Man, not Iron Man, Green Lantern. They definitely didn't reveal it for this one. So funny. So yeah, if anybody wants to be small, if they want to be content creators and you a small content creator, comment below. I want to help you. I want to go through your page, and see what you need help with. What's the vibes? Hi Caitlin, how are you? Yeah, y'all gotta post. Lighting gotta be better, Kiki. Uh, Post, lighting, blurry videos. Y'all have to. I kind of how I watch videos now. I watch them from audience, well, my own videos, an audience member per standpoint. Like, is this video interesting? Is this something I would watch? I like a lot of like supernatural and monster and those type of content creators. So um, I would go and see if this is interesting enough for me to watch. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it don't. Sometimes you could post, and the post will do good months later. So a lot of my posts are blowing up right now because people are seeing a viral video and then they're going to go look at my old content that I thought were amazing videos, but they just didn't do well for whatever reason, the algorithm. But now they're blowing up. What if you don't have a look to be a content creator? A content creator doesn't have a look per se. Um, I don't think I have a content creator look, but maybe you guys do. But for everybody looks all different type of ways. You're relatable to somebody in the world. Not everybody looks the same type of way. So people, if you have the courage to get up on camera and to show yourself, people will relate to that. Or you might be funny. You might be teaching something. You might be doing pranks. You might be doing dog content. Or have a faceless account. If you don't feel confident, have a faceless account. Faceless accounts are the easiest way to blow up, and nobody knows who you are. You still like content creating, you're still doing content, but you have a faceless account. And faceless accounts could be anywhere from memes to pranks. You don't have to make content. Like, content's already out there for you. You can repost other things. People have accounts with songs. You guys know I literally go look up like 2000s music videos. I seen accounts with those, accounts with today's music videos. Or like I said, you could do dog content, you could be gardening, but don't be boring in any of those things. Make it funny. Attention span is very, very short nowadays. So start with a grabbing hook, grab their attention. Thank you, Liliana. So if you're out there gardening, um I would start with let's see, if you're gardening, if you want to garden like your own vegetables for the summer, right? I'd be like, all right, y'all, I'm trying to make my own garden before the apocalypse start. Something on that like dramatic line, like, yeah, I know the apocalypse is coming, so y'all better start y'all gardens. You know? So that's gonna automatically see, okay, and then I'm gonna talk over as I'm gardening, um, what I'm talking about, why I feel like the apocalypse is coming. This kind of creator I am, so I'm just telling y'all from my example. So, why the apocalypse is coming? What happened in the last apocalypse? I'm gonna tell you what I'm putting in. These is tomatoes. This is onions. These is green, red pepper. So that's an interesting conversation. While I'm gardening. And every time I'm gardening would be an interesting conversation, because gardening in itself, everybody does gardening. So how do you make it interesting? Uh, I'm into fantasy, dark fantasies. How do I branch out and make it appealing? So I'm into fantasy and dark fantasy too. So you could review, dark fantasies, and you could tell us in your own words. I tell like I how I recap other videos. I literally go and watch other content creators' videos and I'll recap them for you guys. So review all the dark fantasy books and recommendations. Tell us what it's about. Would be interesting in it, or show us a pictures. People love pictures and videos. So put maybe the images, or maybe you can draw or generate your own AI images of that dark fantasy and put those up in storytell. People love storytell. Like, y'all, my biggest videos, my best videos are all storytelling videos. I'm telling some type of story. I just can't get out. Anytime I come out there and just tell you guys facts or anything, it do all right. But storytelling, people love to jump in and dive into a story. We don't have enough storytellers in the world. There's not enough book creators and artists and scripts, going on, and it's obvious. So so dark fantasy, I would do that. I would do, if you're okay with having a face, like your face in front of the camera, tell us. I want to hear about this dark fantasy, but don't be like boring and be like, oh, this is a dark fantasy that I'm interested in. Be like, y'all, I got to tell you about this book I'm reading. Uh and then start off with something dramatic that's going on in the book, like it's about a witch that had triplets by a demon, and start off really 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 crazy. I know sometimes it might feel crazy or sound crazy, but more dramatic you are, or a lot of people take a clip of their, when they get to the juicy part of the story, they take that clip and they put that in the beginning. Then they let their story tell until they get that part. So it's kind of like a preview. So yeah, you can do that. Thank you so much, Liliana. I appreciate you. Yes. What was the first vampire you encountered? I've been counting them since kid, so it's really hard to tell. Some you can't really remember everything about. I can't remember any real, not 100% every encounter, because they have some form of ability. I don't know what it is, but you can't remember everything. Even in my most recent encounter, that was like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. So you see how I was interesting like that? Like, just told you, like, you know, my recent encounter was a couple weeks ago, or I've been encountering them since a kid. So you gotta be like that. So yeah, y'all got it. Oh, another thing is SEO. If you're not on the search, the algorithm doesn't know where to push your content in. So make sure your hashtags are exactly what you're saying in the video and what the video is about. Your video is what it's about, and the words on the screen. Here's another hack. If you're in the talk, it's different from the tube. But if you're in the talk, take your more words that your video is about and slide them down off the screen till you can't see them no more. That's my little hack. Till you can't see no more. That's gonna help. The algorithm can still read that, but your viewers can't read it. It's still on your screen, so it'll push your video where it needs to be, if that makes sense. And then after that, if that still doesn't work, where it says search related content, put your what I do after every video, just so I'm cool, like it's good, because sometimes I'm not on any search. I'll go in that search related content when the video is done, and I'll go look up exactly videos on that content. I'll go like about 6, 7, 8 post by, watch them all the way through. Even if you need to fast forward them all the way to the end, make sure you do that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lifesaver. Um, For the tube, I would say long content, long content, because you're gonna need the watch time at some point. So long content, shorts go up, shorts go up on the tube, yeah, like really really fast. So shorts is a great way to go. My day is going great so far. My day is going good. When I get on live and I can talk to you guys, that's what I like to do. I don't really like talk and hang out with people throughout the day. Like after this, I'm gonna go bartend a little bit. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the cases involving the stairs in the woods? The stairs in the woods. I don't play with nothing in the woods, to be honest, friend. The stairs. The the chairs. If you see my video, I posted. I see a chair in the woods, which I still know where it's at. It's still there, but yeah, I don't play with the chairs in the wood, the stairs in the wood. If nobody could tell me where it comes from, or who put it there, or who built it, I'm good. And then they lead to nowhere. Nah, I'm good. Portals, different entities put it there. I don't. I'm not trying to find out. So I wouldn't play with nothing that, yeah, like that. If y'all ain't ready, make sure y'all pray. Make sure y'all are spiritually protected. You ask your ancestors because a lot is going on in this scary world. A lot of demons, creatures, aliens, entities, reptilians, all that's taking over. So y'all just gotta be careful. That's so creepy. Yes, just random stairs. It said that it's put there by the fairy race, but I'm not trying to find out. Yes, there's a random chair in the woods. Um, I'm not gonna tell you guys exactly where it is because I just don't want people to look for it. And I did a video and I put on GhostTube, and GhostTube is basically like a app for like ghosts or like spirit entities that can like speak to you through it. So I put it on, and some words came through, and it was telling us some. And then I posted it, and the girl was telling me, she told me that her spirit saw her look at the video and told me not to sit in the chair, not to go in it, and all this stuff. I'm like, I had no intention of sitting and going in that chair, you know. So, but yeah, a girl on the talk messaged me about it. If there was a stuffer cat in the woods, would you help it? I wouldn't help a suffering cat. I wouldn't help anything in the woods. Even if I hear something in the woods, I didn't hear it. That's a advice for you guys. If you heard something in the woods, you didn't hear it. I'm ignoring it and I'm walking. Sometimes you might hear your name, you might hear a person. I don't even play in the woods like that, so I don't even know how I would get in the woods. I don't even end up in the woods. The woods is too old. Some of these woods are older than old, and they date back too far for me to know what's in there, and they don't go by the same rules. There's no police in there. There's no houses. There's no. I don't. Even the indigenous people that live in like the alpaca mountains and stuff, that scares me. Hell no, y'all. Sometimes wonder how kind of supernatural beings isn't a common thing. It is a common thing. They're just wrapped around in myths so well that people don't believe it. That's the best way to hide in plain sight. You know, so it's wrapped around myth and lies and hidden. There are groups of people living in forests, killing the people wandering through. Yeah, it's called it is called Appalachian Mountains. Yes, that's because they live there. That is their land. That is their government, and nobody can stop them. The government can't go in there. So, yeah. So people need to stop going places they don't belong or something we're not welcome. If you wasn't invited, don't ask to go. You feel me? What's my favorite color? My favorite color is red. I know I'm so regular, right? They're called a feral people. They sure are feral. And they're definitely not all human. They're definitely mixed with something else. They're definitely not. Have y'all seen pictures of them? Google them. Look them up. It's very, very scary. I would hate to run into one of them. They rip your face off. Mm-mm. I don't even play like that. Hell nah. The feral people, the alpacas. Appalachian Mountains. There's werewolf, dogmen, people out there, you know, kids climbing the trees really fast. I don't have the time. I'm good. werewolves and vampires out here in the streets too. Not like cartoons though. Absolutely, absolutely. I've seen multiple vampires before. I haven't really interacted with them that well because I just thought they were trying to play with me. And then wolves, I know wolves too. I know one wolf I don't like to this day. To this day, I don't like him. Not that he did anything like wrong to me, just not a nice person, not a good person. I would never go in the woods. I mean, if you go in with a control group with people you're camping, sure, go, but don't wander into the woods by yourself. There should be more movies about skinwalkers. They're really scary. Ugh, skinwalkers is scary, but they'd have to make it. They would have to make it good to the point and glamorous. So, skinwalkers aren't really glamorous. They're really ugly, really nasty, and really scary. So, but they'd have to make it glamorous enough and interesting enough to make a movie and not too real because they really do exist. They have to throw in some myth and some lore, and they really can't figure out how to throw myth and lore in skinwalkers. Ooh, Arizona. I was just talking to my friend. He lives in Arizona. I was like, ooh, I was just telling Arizona, you guys got a bunch of werewolves and alpacas and giants, like aka Bigfoot. I'm scared. I'm scared of Arizona for sure. It's too much heat there. It doesn't even get cold. That's why you know what do you know what kind of things live in the heat and the warmth and it never gets cold? Hell no. Nah. Perfect place for a damn all them creatures to live. Comfortable. What's in Texas? Texas is the South. Texas got all the same things too. The werewolves, the vampires, witches. Texas got everything. Just the South. The South is the South. The South has everything. I would like to go with my family instead of alone. Yes, go with your family. Your family got you. Your family's gonna protect you, and you don't ever wander off alone because it's very scary. And check my Cube of the Lord channel if you guys like scary, creepy content. Cube of the Lord. I know in Norway there's a place where it's nighttime for the rest of the month. Ooh, I won't want to be nowhere like that. Like, why do anybody want to live anywhere that's nighttime for the rest of the month? Thank you for the dolphin. I appreciate you. Shout out. And Hagen, um, no, never like never like the desert. I'm never gonna go nowhere alone. Even if I do go somewhere alone, I'm gonna be with you guys because I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna put my camera up. That's the difference about me and other supernatural content creators. I'm a streamer, so I'm gonna go. I stream every day. I go live every single day, y'all. So I'm going to put the camera on. So a lot of supernatural content creators go disappearing. They get unalived, or weird things start happening to them when they start like revealing the supernatural world. But for me, I literally live my life on the camera. I'm a streamer too. On top of that, so I stream here and on and the Twitch app. So make sure you guys follow up if you guys have it. I stream a lot over there. I have a lot of these type of conversations for hours and hours. It's just an easier way for me and my followers to have without all. I have so many comments throughout the day, so I can't respond to everybody. So just an easy way for me to talk to everybody, um, you know, throughout the day. Because I only go live 2 times out the day with these on these apps. So I like to go live throughout the day over there. Um, Nope. On the night that never ends, you know what it would track for one for sure. Yeah, I appreciate all you do to share info. Thank you. So, and also, it's a strategy to it is what I do. Hold on. So you're going to stream every morning? I stream every day. Every day. I stream twice a day actually. I stream once in the morning and once at night. Um, So I have a strategy. So for me being a content creator, I actually put myself as an active target. So you guys will notice if any patterns or anything change in me. So for example, I go live every day. You guys are gonna notice if I haven't gone live for 1 day, 2 days. If I haven't gone live for a week and a month and without anything, that's a little weird to you guys, correct? Also, I post content every day. So if you guys don't see a day I don't post a short or post anything on the talk or post anything on the tube, that's a little another red flag. And then you go on Twitch and then you see I haven't been streaming at all, and you checked my last stream. Yeah, that's a immediate red flag. So then that's gonna draw suspicion, and that's gonna be a whole issue, and a whole drawing issue. So it's gonna work out better for me to do it that way. The more people see me, the more people know me, is the more way I'm kind of protected, if that makes sense. Cause like y'all, I'm just out here. And I started like being scared. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I was started being scared, and let me tell you why I was scared. The first time I went viral for this content was back maybe January, February, right? And then after that, I noticed a bunch of different like entities. I can see like different entities and creatures, and I can sense them. So I noticed like I used to notice them before, but like it's like one of those things that like we pretend that we don't know what you are, type thing. So I just felt like after that I didn't know in the I what is the video 2.2 million now. So I didn't know if the vampires saw it, like if they were viral, and they have ways of finding me that's way faster. It's not hard to find me. I feel like if you go through my videos, you can look to see where kind of I go to. So they started coming to the bar. I told you I bartend at the frequent. I only bartend like two times, 3 days a week, sometimes tops, but 2 days a week, unless I'm like covering for somebody else. But I usually do not work there. I have my own business now, so you never break any rules, only good flags. Yes. So have you noticed any stalking harassment for what you post? Okay, yes. So let me get to that. So they started like coming to the bar and kind of like taunting me or like trying to make jokes or being making me uncomfortable like off the rip. So I'm just like, are they like trying to mess with me because they see my content? Like, so it was kind of like more of like that kind of vibe. Like they come into the bar, they like be making jokes at me or kind of be like making fun of me, just in like a very rich and snooty European way. So where I bartend is it frequents like a lot of business people, a lot of wealthier people. So that's just the case. And I live in Atlanta, so Atlanta is the why is there a flying here? Atlanta is like one of the biggest airports. So of course a lot of people come stop through here and go through other places. So I never know who and what's coming in. I always know the different entities, but now it's becoming like they're like, a little taunting, playing games. It's like a little joke. They try to like talk to me by themselves. Even if they like have another bartender serving them, like we don't share like customers. They still like they still would try to go out their way. I think I'm gonna tell a story time on my page about it. I don't know. I've been a little nervous to talk about it, to be honest. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, this happened like well, the most recent kind of was a couple weeks ago. I told you they was like coming to the bar, playing and taunting me. I was kind of more like, more of stern and more serious, and they still, but they were very eccentric, very like big in the spirit. Like it was a lot going on. Yeah, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the woman, she was tall. European, blonde, could be about like 60s, early 60s, but beautiful. Like think of Dolly Parton, but tall, beautiful. She like she could model. Um, the man, the man, uh, the man, he was like very fit, like again 60s, the little early 60s, older, very fit, like gray hair. It was like little low cut. Yeah, they were drinking a lot, eating a lot, and nothing was wrong with them. Then they went out to dinner, or someone was dinner. I don't know, one of the two. What is your biggest mistake you ever made in life? I don't feel like I ever made any mistakes in life, to be honest. And if I did, I don't see them as mistakes because what happens in life um, forms you into the person you are today or the person you are going to be in the future. And life is going to have good times and it's going to have bad times, and that's just how life is for everybody, you know. And it depends on how you get through those. It's how you know, is how you show what kind of person and what character you are and how you're going to be. So I always try to, even in the worst situations, even if I like feel like I want to cry or feel like I'm low or feel like I just try to put my best foot forward. There's only few options. Everything has an option you can do. Everything has a solution. I don't think about problems. I'm more of a solution based person. So it's like, hey, okay, this is an issue. What could we do to make this right? What could we do to correct this? What could we do to make it make sense? You know. So and I just put one foot in front of the other and start those steps. You know. Like for example, I wanted to start, you know, streaming and doing certain content creating, and I've been wanting to get on the Twitch app, but the issue was for me, I didn't have a PC set up, and I waited so long, honestly, and I'm making content the whole time too, mind you. So I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for a PC setup. When I have a PC, I'll start streaming on the tube. I'll start streaming on Twitch. And then like one day I was like, I just can't wait anymore. Like, what's the solution? I can't wait anymore. I'm like, well, just use whatever you have. Use your phone. Use your tablet. Use whatever you could to until you get to that point that you know I can buy and get what I can get. You know. I hope you're doing good because you're super nice and interesting. Thank you so much, Liliana. I appreciate you. Thank you, Nisi. Yeah. So that's the name of the game. So what else? Anybody else want to do any content here? Like anybody a small content creator or they want to start doing content or they're thinking about it? Anybody? I'm doing a supernatural themed novel. Any channels you recommend to research? Mm, you're doing a novel? I wouldn't research any novels. I would watch TV shows. I would read books. I would watch movies. I would watch anime. That's the best kind of research. You wouldn't want to go and have anybody's ideas, influencers, if you know what I mean. Like anybody that's out there already that's kind of doing what you're doing. You know, if you want your ideas to be inspired but fresh and organic. And I'm also doing a supernatural, but mine's is an anime and more of a comic book, like a manga. So what I do is, so let me give you an example. Write down all of your favorite supernatural theme TV shows, movies, whatever it is. List all of them, right? List all of them. Narrow it down. List, well, not all of them. Let's have write down 10. Don't go more than 10. Okay? Write this down. Okay? Write this down. That's great advice. You guys can do this for any of your content too. So write this down. So write down 10 things. Okay? 10 shows that you love. That's in that theme that you love. Okay? His is in supernatural. So yours might be in, somebody else's might be in, you know, you like to do like makeup. You might like to do, you know, hair, you know, So just stay with me. Cool. So write down 10. You got 10 supernatural. Then write them down to 5. Okay? Put them down to 5 of your top 5 favorites of those. Okay? Then pick 3 that's more relatable you can build content on. Circle those 3. Okay? That you can build content on. You got that? The 3 that you can build content on. Then, you ready? This is the last step. That's the 3 you can build content on. Y'all got that? Last step, pick 2. These are the top 2. You got to take down one of those. Top 2 all of that gathers up the same questions. Your content is the most relatable to, like is most closest to, the most inspiring, the most loved, the most liked, the most interesting, and then combine your content into those 2. Build your content into those 2. Okay? So let me give y'all an example. Don't steal my shit. I know if you steal my idea. But so for me, I did that and I wrote down from my childhood to adult what was the most interesting, what was the most content, what I could build content, what I could continuously build on. Not for now, not for years, that you can build ideas on, So it came down from comic book wise. Weirdly enough, you guys know that I don't know if you guys know, if you're too young, Digimon. Older people know what Digimon. That came out when I was a kid. We're thinking comic book wise, cartoon wise. That is going to be combined with Charmed in my supernatural world. Charmed is about 3 sisters. They're witches, and they vanquish demons. They fight in the supernatural world. Digimon, same kind of thing, but they're more digital. There's partners. There's human people with partners. So those 2 is going to be combined. I have characters that are going to be all black, but they have partners, that familiar partners that transform into other supernatural beings, but their human partners also have abilities, and they fight together. You see how I did that? You see how I combined the ideas? So that's what you need to do. So for example, if you're doing a supernatural themed novel, maybe you like Supernatural, the actual show, mixed with Ghostbusters. Combine the 2. It could be a ghost hunting crew, but then they go off into more of the supernatural, realize there's more than ghosts, and they have to hunt, and they have their machines and weapons, and there's what's the Ghostbusters, maybe like 4 or 5 of them, and the supernatural has 2. Maybe make your characters 3, a trio. People love, and make sure you study people. I want to tell you, study people, and knowing people. That's why I make sure I go live, so I make sure I connect with people all the time, and I'm not too far off. I always want to say grounded, and humble. I'm not too far off from people. I feel like some content creators and some celebrities are so far from people that they only see their fans doing meet and greets, or or other like weird connections. Yes. So make sure you study people. Like I understand. Like why I told you 3. I know people love the numbers and know the numbers 3. So that's why I'm telling you, people love the numbers. Like Supernatural has 2. They love duos. They love trios. They don't love one person. One person, but they can have the main character, but it has to be people around them supporting them. So that people love 4s. Do they love 7s? Do y'all love 7s? No, nobody loves 7s. So characters of 7s is weird, So watch that. 8s is cool. I don't know why. 8 is cool. 8 is okay. These are attractive numbers. 9, hell no. 9, no. 10, yes. You see the theme I'm going, the pattern? So I would try to say keep it all even numbers until you could do odd numbers in the beginning when it's 1, 3, and 5. Don't go past that. When you get 7, it gets awkward. You know, it doesn't create balances. So for my show, I have 3 main characters. Well, I have let me tell you, I have the breakdown. We have my first one main character. So I started off at 1. Then he is has 2 other friends. So they are a trio. Then he has 2 other friends that own a gym together. So it makes them 5. So they are a 5 set. Then he got a cousin that get into it. Is into the supernatural world with them. That's 6. I don't go past that. And then if I do like another set of characters, I have to build that up in a group too. Like if another a character has to come from another land, they have to be another solo, or I have to do another group of 3 to 5 characters that they're running into their meeting. Interesting enough, my two are Marvel from my childhood and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What? What? That's your whole story right there. I could build on that for years, so I know you can build on that for years. That's easy then. Yes. Marvel characters. Marvel. Do you know what break down Marvel though? Marvel, what just the whole Marvel universe, like like Avenger, Captain America. You mean like Black Panther them? That's what you're saying? So your character would be more like a female Blade, correct? Your character that's the route I would go. A female Blade that just started off hunting vampires and then had to go off in the supernatural world and fight other things. I think the only 7 character series is Seven Deadly Sins, and Seven Deadly Sins is fire. And it's not really a 7 character series. There is 7 of them, and that's because the word seven deadly sins was popping before them, so they just jumped on the bandwagon. It was already marketed and branded. The word's been going around for like thousands and thousands of years, but it all started off with Meliodas. It all started off with 1. Boom. Then it just started off with his little girlfriend, the queen. It started off as 2. Then it built it up 3. It's rarely all 7 of them together unless it's like a big battle. It's always like a balance. Pay attention to the show. It's always like a balance. They always kind of split off, or one is doing one thing, or one person is in purgatory, or one person. Pay attention. It's never all 7 together. It's 7. It just get awkward. Female Buffy and Supernatural is common. Common, much like super beings. Yeah. So you got to do a play off that. You have to do it a female Blade, but she obviously is not a vampire. So you have to do it all. She comes from a ancient. I'm just giving you ideas, so you could write this down if you want. So she comes from an ancient line of hunters, and maybe she had just found out, and when she's unlocked the lair, very much grim but Marvel. She done unlocked supernatural abilities she has, and her whole family has by opening a book. So now she has like abilities like Buffy, but like better. She's faster, she's stronger. She can hear and see. Maybe give her a special weapon. I haven't do some weapons. I haven't seen some shit in a long time before that. I'm tired of, even though I do swords and stuff, I'm tired of seeing swords. I do swords in my characters, but maybe pull out a katana. Like, wow, 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 wow. We haven't seen a katana, some katanas in a while, a staff in a while, an axe in a while. Make them have but make sure it's concealable. Let's make sure it's, Marvel Universe, you have to be realistic. Ain't nobody could walk around with those type of weapons. So make sure it's something that, I like to do retractable weapons in my series and stuff like that. So maybe you can think about retractable katanas, or, a weapon like that. And funny story, I wrote it with DC in mind, but my friends say The world is Marvel like. The world is Marvel like. Yes, it is. So make sure it's more worldly. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you. I appreciate you, Kendall. Yeah, so make sure it is realistic. I wouldn't would say that because you also you want Marvel to be able to call you one day, even though that's not happening right now. You want them to be able to call you Marvel or Netflix. So make it like so interesting. The writers can see themselves in this world, you know. So the girl should be super relatable. Um, I wouldn't make her white. No shade against anybody else. Just a white girl. That Buffy, that white main like protagonist role is over. Like they don't. The world doesn't love that anymore. So I would do indigenous, African American, Asian. Uh, Jay is black. Okay, so your character is black. Boom. Oh, Jay is Jay a boy? Jay's a guy, right? Or Jay a girl? Because Jay could go either way. So boom. Well, while you writing if Jay's a girl or guy, um, so boom. Jay could be, maybe, having these supernatural abilities and obviously make them grow female, but Jay changes genders. Okay, so like transgender, that's very interesting. That hasn't happened before, so that's gonna be fire. You're gonna, and I was gonna say that, and making sure relatable and kids and can see themselves. There's a lot of transgender kids out there that would love to leave that story. My story has autistic kids, and I have a lot of autistic people in my family, well, not in my family, I'm sorry, kids in my family, and I've worked in the autistic realm for a very long time. I have a education degree, so I want to make it more realistic to me, and more realistic is not, we're not all the same, our brains don't all work the same, so I have a non-verbal character, uh and I have a character, a female character too, that is more awkward. She doesn't do eye contact, but super smart. Brain is crazy, and she's autistic as well. If you had kids, what would you do for them for good treatment? I would take them on vacations. Um, so boom. So Jay could be, make sure her abilities don't start off like, I'm sure you know this, but we can just talk about it. Make sure your character starts off building up their powers. Like they don't learn, and they didn't learn overnight. They don't know how to control them overnight. Make sure you build up in abilities, so you make sure you build a series out, and this makes the story longer too. So get stronger. I'm also taking from the faithful folk. Yeah, yeah, go there. Go there. This is a supernatural world. Yes, go there. There's multiple different worlds in your universe. And like the Marvel universe is a multi-universe. So this is perfect. Yeah, go there. So if you need to get her to go to the Fey realm to train, I think that's fire. She can even age a little bit, and then she can come back with abilities from the Fey world as well. So when she's hunting, and that's all come together with her family, maybe one of her ancestors like went to, that's a play out of Sookie Stackhouse from True Blood. She went to the Fey realm. I think her grandfather was there. So yes, even you could even draw in another character that can be a friend that's half Fey, or from the Fey world. They could be from full fairy from the Fey world, or inherit Fey abilities because one of their parent was a secret fairy. So that's fire. I love that. What's your main emotions? What's my main emotions? Happy, happy, grateful, successful, loving, all the above, caring. See, the world been trying to train us not to care about each other, and I didn't. I was like falling into that, and then I had to get back to reality. And I'm happy content creator got me back to reconnecting with people, because I really just, they just have you stop caring about people. Boom. So right, your character in the Faye lore, yeah. Jay gotta make sure you got your fighting style down. Fighting style is a real thing. Izzy is her BFF, who is a witch, uh, which 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 is a race descended from fairy. Yes, I love that. So she used fairy magic. Fairy magic is a real thing. So I would really Google and look into fairy magic and really make it as real as possible. Um, and how she uses fairy magic, how it's different. Fairy magic, which I understand, comes from the elements, earth, fire, water, wind, and air. So yeah, you can play on all of that. Fairy, even do fairy dust, but don't make it like so corny, like Tinkerbell. Make it like supernatural, dark, maybe demonic, go there with it. It's the fairy dust do something completely different. Maybe more of like a high, maybe like a euphoria. Write this down, a euphoria. And yeah, that's she could put people in a some type of trance or that way, or get people to do what you want. Yeah, that's fire, friend. That is fire. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be really, really good. It's gonna be really, really good. So I would start doing content now, friend. You get on content now. You start building your community. You start building your supernatural community, and so you'll be able to have those readers ready for this when you drop your book. And I would make sure the content is all surrounded around this supernatural like fairies, witch. You could do your favorite witches throughout history in like just TV, media, and film. You could do fairies. You could do a lot of content around that. So when you drop your shit, is you're up. You're up there. You're selling copies. This is such an interesting story. I would literally buy this. I would literally buy this. So yeah, make sure you keep pushing it because I believe in you. It's really really good. I wish I was inspired. What do you need to do to be inspired? What do you want to do in life? You can be inspired. You guys always have to have a muse or a sense of look into Selena's prayer. It's a prayer to become a vampire. A prayer to become a vampire. Why do anybody want to pray to become a vampire? I don't want to have that prayer, but I'll look it up. I wouldn't want to. So, Val, where you at? A Selene prayer is a prayer offered to Selene, the Greek goddess of the moon. These prayers often invoke her for guidance, protection, and blessings, especially. Okay, well, I don't need this friend. Who that's for me? Plus J isn't stereotypical. The setting is from a small town instead of an urban environment. Nice. Country little town. Yes. I love that. I love that vibe. Yes. Make it as realistic as possible. I know it's possibly it might be a cartoon, might be an anime one day, but I would say make it as real as possible. Think Marvel Universe because that's where you're going with it, and think you want to get real streets in Arkansas. You want to get real. You want to see the housing structure. So the kids and the people in Arkansas will be like, oh, he really did his research. Like mine is based on my country in South America in Guyana. So I have the mango rainforest is in there. I have our levee in there. I have our seawall. I have a lot of real stuff. So when my people read it on top of you guys, when you guys read it, they can see the Caribbean boy, the island people, the Caribbean in my character. I wanted to know if it was real. No, that's not how you become a vampire. Um, I see your video. LOL. Drawing and dancing. So you gotta draw and dance more. You gotta look up some more draw and dancing Look up that kind of content. Do some more of it. What about me? I'm constantly inspired. I'm inspired by everyday people, everyday occurrences, everyday things. I'm not inspired by or impressed by like celebrities or I'm impressed by the single mom that has kids that's going to work every day busting her ass. I'm inspired by the straight A student that is getting. Hold on, sorry, I don't know why top needs to do it. I'm inspired by the like I said, the straight A student that's getting bullied every day quietly, or the kid that's going through troubles at home and still is putting a smiling face and still trying to get out. I'm inspired by people trying to get out the hood. I'm inspired by mechanics, because that's hard work. That's random, but it's still hard work. um I I also study videos on real vampires because I want to do something unique with my story. Yes, I love that. The one that goes, love the way you walk, the way, but you still ate. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So like I said, like that's why I do this kind of content, because that's what my book is more of in that world. So yes, do it. Do it. Do it. My book has vampires as well too. Any creature you see on my page, it is strategic. It is strategic for a reason. I do content on the creatures I'm interested in, and I like to talk about, because one, I could talk about them for days. Two, that's the kind of content I like. So if you don't like it, you don't gotta be over here. I like to dance. I like supernatural content. So like I'm a nerd, you know, and I like fits. I like outfits and shit, you know. So that's the real me, and you know, people gonna connect what they connect to. And on top of that, I'm writing my own story, you know. So why not, if I'm ready, if I've been creating my story even longer than I've been content creating. I've been doing this for like 5, 6 years. I'm just now having the courage to move forward with it. And I think that's based on my content. So already, since these creatures were already in my story and I already was fascinated about them, I started doing content about them. So I was like, okay, so let me build an audience around this, because this is my people and these are my, this is my community. Maybe this is the way, I like your content. I'm a writer and I truly love. I have 5 books published about vampires. Wow, Mel. That's amazing. Congratulations. Look at you, Mel. I'm looking to be like you one day. Well, not in novels. I'm more of like a comic book anime nerd. I grew up watching anime and reading comic books, so that's kind of the route I'm going. But yeah, I want the whole nine, y'all. I want action figures. I want to go back to like me. Like I remember the times I was happy in life. I was a Toys R Us kid. I would go to Toys R Us. I would find my favorite Power Ranger or toy, and I would pull up all the boxes, and they have Zords and storylines written around. And that was like the best time in life. And I want to go back to that time in life. I like animals like Inuyasha. Love, 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 love Inuyasha. Love, love, love animes and Inuyashas. Yes, I love animes. Inuyasha is fire. And Inuyasha is fire. I'm mad his season is over. They have a spinoff with his daughter, but nah, it's not the same. It's good, but not the same. Akira. Let me look that up. I don't know if I've seen Akira before. I'm more of like a My Hero Academia. I like to see, I like you're like Val, yours. I like your kind of books, like like supernatural superheroes like My Hero Academia, Inuyasha, Bleach, Naruto. I like that kind of stuff. Like they're fighting, there's good versus evil, that kind of stuff. Want to root for it. Yes, exactly. You're smart. You're smart. That's what you want to do. You have to make the characters relatable. And what's Akira? Oh, is this it? Oh, a secret military project endangers Neo Tokyo when a teenage biker gang members into a rambling psychic psychopath who can be nothing to stop his best friend. Wow. No, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to catch that. What is my favorite song? My favorite song is Blow the Whistle by Too Short. I know random, but yes, that's my favorite song. Remember Fist of the Northern Star? No. I have to look that up too. Let me see. Fist of the Northern Star. Fist of the Northern Star. Fist of the Northern Star, 1986. Oh no, I haven't seen this. This is way before I was born, friend. It looks good though. It looks really, really good. That movie and show rocks. Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna have to catch. I have two new things to watch. Now I've caught that one. Everybody knows the Kenshin. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like a good dubbed anime. I don't like subbed because I like to get into the action and the action scenes. And me reading and getting to the action scenes does not work out for me. And I feel like I've always been like a creator since I've been a kid. I like to watch how the drawing is like, intercepting each other. Each character is like it's weird. That's how my brain works. Catch the live action film. I think I did. The one on Netflix? Is it one on Netflix? Love the videos, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate you. We got more to come. We got more to come. So get ready this year. Season one is about to end. But yeah, was it on Netflix or no? I don't know if I caught this one. Like the live action one I'm talking about. I might have to look at it. Hey Leah, hey niece, how are you? Yes, appreciate it. Yes, y'all. So I love y'all, and also for content creator, I feel like the algorithm knows you and already knows what you already search and what you already like, and they know what's organic when you're doing content you don't care about. So that's why I'm like, that's why it's better for me to do my supernatural content because I like supernatural. So it's easy for me to talk to. It's easy for me to relate with other people. So guess what? Therefore, I'm 11 millions up. 11 million. I haven't been doing content for 1 year yet. I'm 11 million views up. 11 million views in less than a year. So that's why I'm telling you guys, do what you love, do what you like, because it will lead you to your people. Because people, I get a lot of hate messages. I have to block people constantly every day. I'm just like, if these people knew that how if I was such a nice guy, they wouldn't even be like disrespecting me like that in real life. So I just have to understand the internet is the internet, y'all. So you gotta understand you're gonna get mean comments, you're gonna get people talking crazy to you, but you're also gonna get a lot of good. You're gonna have like a lot of good people like you guys, a lot of real people around. You stayed up till 3 is on live till 1. You love you, man. You stay consistent. I'm trying to tell you, I be consistent. I try to tell you. I was trying to tell them I do 2 lives a day. I'm up here. I'm grinding. So when I'm up there, big content creator, when they try to call me an industry plant, y'all better tell them he is not. He been here with us since the beginning. Y'all just didn't notice him. I feel like when they notice me, it's gonna be too late. You know, when like the masses or like the world like takes me seriously, it's gonna be too late. I'm gonna already be known and popping by like you guys. It's like it's whatever to me though. Um, you do you, bro. I appreciate all the lore you do. Get ready, cause season 2 is coming. Season 1 is gonna come to an end. Uh, season 2 is gonna happen after August. New vibes, new aesthetics, new creatures. I kind of started off at the big top, vampires, werewolves, mermaids. Those are like the big top few. Little bit of giants, but I'm gonna talk more about giants. There's way more that I haven't talked to you guys about, so I'm excited. I want to change the aesthetics. I want to change the look. When is your anime coming out? My anime is coming out next year, 2026. Praying to God, hopefully. I just wanted to make sure have a vampire ever threatened you to talk to them? Not ever threatened me, kind of just like bully, tease, and taunt me. Not like threaten though. No, they play a lot of games. They're very like I don't know, very like button pushing creatures. I gotta go. Okay, bye, Liliana. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Nisi. I'll see you later. Um, but yeah, so y'all, season 2 gonna be starting. I'm happy. I'm gonna be late. That's actually gonna be my full first year of doing content. So I'm kind of figuring out. I do fairy. I have fairy. I just don't have a fairy lore playlist because I was trying fairies out. I wanted to see how fairy content would do. I wanted to try. I tried fairy out. I tried giants out, but people just love the big three. They love werewolves. They love vampires, and they love mermaids. They do. It's sad to say so, but it's okay. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna include fairies next time, and it's gonna be fun. Halloween is coming around soon, so I want to be dressed up for each of all my videos and a different monster content video. So we'll see. It is gonna be fun. But yeah, my anime, look out for that next year. Next year, 2026, is all black characters. I mean, I have one. I mean, the civilians. There's like Caucasian civilians, but this is the first time I feel like because we don't have a lot of black creators like me and Val, so we didn't grow up with that. So, I mean, whatever. Anyways, the world needs more black creators, so I'm actually creating a whole black. All my superheroes and all my characters are black lineup. Like they're all super powered, black. College kids saving the world. So I just think we need more of us. We need more black creators. I think Monsters We Made came out in April. He sold 200,000 copies in his first week. And it's based on his main character being black. I feel like black is gold, and I don't understand why they were playing with us, but let me show y'all. And also, he's a streamer and a content creator too, so which would also inspired me when I was like, wow, like I'm doing the same thing. So if he can do it, I can do it. So his character has the locks. He's black. His dad works at the like a science building where they train kids to like fight monsters, but the monsters are created. It's called Monsters We Made, and the monsters are people that turn into monsters based on like their emotions. Basically, it's not my type of anime, but shout out to him. I think it's dope. Corey Kenshin is fire, but I like more of like supernatural realm like us. Yeah, I think that's really really dope, and he sold a lot. So I feel like my supernatural community and somebody else out there would appreciate it. What's up, Mario? How are you? How are you? So we need more black characters, y'all. Like I even looked up. I did a lot of extensive research years ago. I wanted to look up if there was a superhero even from my country in in South America, and it's not. Almost every country has a superhero, Marvel-like character, or just created by any type of character. My country has not, so this is the first ever done. So I'm happy I'm actually getting out here doing the content because the content is actually helping me, and I didn't think it was gonna help me, and it's actually helping me develop. I already started. I already wrote my first three books, first three volumes because they're long and they're gonna be in panels. So with illustrations, of course, in them. So I'm already working on the next three, and they're crazy, like crazy. Like I just constantly get inspired, and I love it. I just have a passion for this, and that's why I'm like I think I'm in the right place of building content creators for me because anytime I'm writing, it just comes like water, y'all. It just keeps flowing. Idea, or I might see a dope idea throughout the day or the week. I'll just jot it down. I have notes. I have a notebook I write down with every day. Let me show you guys. I didn't even write down the next three books, but it's just so developed. I already know how it's already going. Like I just see the story already coming into play. And also a lot of my creatures and lore is helping. Like y'all see my Rich B videos. A lot of that this Rich B's content, this is gonna incorporate into my content, and it's just so interesting. I'm really excited about it. Let me show y'all. Um, I feel like for you guys think I should be like for season two? Maybe I should be like a swagged out like Harry Potter. Cause look, I wear this lightning bolt earring, right? I wear the lightning bolt earring. I could be like Harry Potter, but just like swagged out for all my videos. So look, these are the notes I have for like next season. Look, all of this. This is just notes, y'all. Just little notes I have jotted down. And it's like so much. You see like weapons, jewelry. I wanted to incorporate jewelry into that turns into weapons now. Like I was telling you, Val, I'm trying to think. Let's think out of the box when it comes to the weapon. So I was trying to and also be concealable. Like I told you, we have to be realistic. So we gotta make all the weapons able to be considered. The Rich B content is really wild. Thank you so much. It is really wild. I talk to Rich like almost every day. We have a live stream coming up, so y'all make sure you. I don't know if they have host notifications, but make sure you have my live notifications on. I'm gonna post like hopefully with a week before. Me and Rich are gonna let you guys know when we're going live. But I have a lot of live questions. They wanted to ask Senora M from Rich. Let me read you guys the questions so you guys know what to look forward to. So these are the questions that we've asked Senor M for through Rich B. So the questions are: we've already seen giants. So do dragons, werewolf, mermaids, and fairies and other supernatural entities exist? And how are they all connected? Boom. That's question one. So my questions are kind of questions in the questions, and they're kind of y'all start noticing that. Like I'm gonna be a great supernatural reporter. Watch y'all. I'm gonna be fire at this. I can see it coming. Question number two. What were the pyramids really made for, and who actually built them? A lot of these questions we kind of know the answer to, but I want to hear some older species or older being tell us. Okay, Uncle, I gotta go. Gotta make some food for my. Okay, Nisi, I'll see you later. I done missed. I done missed all the other questions. Um, can these beings supernatural uh or not procreate like humans? Like basically, can supernatural beings procreate like humans, and do they have families? All right, that's question three. Question four is what's really going on in New Orleans, y'all? Y'all know, but what is really going on in New Orleans? It is like a very problematic state here. Well, not state, city. You know what I mean. But what is going on? What's the question 5? What's down in the ocean? Are there other worlds, portals, or alien activity? Why is the ocean only less than 20% discovered? What's in there? What's in there, guys? Uh so these are all questions me in the chat already came up with. So if you guys have more questions, we're gonna go live, so we're gonna be able to still get to some more people's questions. But I already told him, like, let's not really do vampire content questions because he's already kind of answering most of them. So yeah. Um, Question number 6. What does he think about Hollywood and the people who are set to run it? So that is question 6. Question 7 is, what's the difference between the African and Caribbean people, African descendants, and why do they have the most spiritual, this, like, the strongest spiritual encounters? All right. Question 8, Vlad the Impaler, fiction or non-fiction? Is Vlad real or is he not? I need to know. I need to know what's going on with Vlad, y'all. Um, the council. What it is and what could you tell us about the council? Everybody know there's a vampire council. We all know there is one. So, Rich B, we need to know. Well, Senora M. Um, are supernatural hunters? This is question 10, by the way. Question 10 is, are supernatural encounters real? And if so, who funds them? Who funds them, right? Great questions, right? Who funds these supernatural hunters? Question 11. What is the moon really, and what is the moon really? A natural satellite, a base, a training ground? What is it? What exactly is the moon, you know? So we want to know what the moon is. Question 12. Is there life beyond the ice wall? We already know the answer to that, but we already know most of these answers, but question 13. What powers do the Naim I wrote that wrong, but the Zaire Namtar hold, and what can they really do? How long does vampire children stay children? They age differently. They can live like to like 500 years. Uh Maybe longer, but they age regularly, just slowly. Just slowly. They can be teenagers like Nick Swartz. Nick Swartz looks like he in college still. Why does it look like I seen pictures from back in the day like he should be older than me? Nick Swartz looks like a kid. Nick Schwartz is not Nick Schwartz, Nick Suarez, the vampire, the kid that with the family of vampires. Y'all saw that? Let me see. Let me pull him up. I might have deleted all their content on my phone. But yeah, he look older than me. Y'all watch Love Island too, or no? I know, random, but random question. Eat that kitty. Eat that kitty. Eat that kitty. Eat it up. So y'all, I think I'm gonna be getting off of here. Been on here for at least an hour 30, but I'll be back on here tonight. I usually stay alive a little longer, but unfortunately, I gotta go to these people's jobs. I like when you do your dances. Thank you. Just like a little dance break, just to keep the energy high and positive and fun. I don't want to get too dark and doomy. That's not my personality. Even though the content could get a little scary. I don't want me to give scary. I gotta stay in between. You know. So I just keep a little. I know people are like, why is he dancing? Because I like to dance. So what? It has nothing to do with my content, but it works. It works out for me. I don't know why. Dancing and monster content go hand in hand. I don't know why. It's like a playoff thriller with Michael Jackson. That was never supposed to work, but it's one of the most iconic videos ever. So I have no clue. It works, y'all. People like the content. It's so funny. My supernatural community, we like the monster content and the dance content. It's hilarious. I love it. It does work for me. It's just not supposed to work for me, but I think people can realize when something you're just being yourself and it's your genuine personality. Like if I was a monster content creator, I probably just straight probably would have more followers. But I feel like the people that say, "Oh, he like to do this," he like to do different stuff like everybody else. Like if I just feel like if you had one niche, cool. But I feel like have your niche and then show us other things, other things about you. I like to learn about other people. So I don't know the content creators I follow. Yeah, they do content about one thing, but they also I like to see the people like their real personality sometimes. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything. Hopefully, I answered all everybody's questions because there's all these questions in the comments, and I don't have the time to like literally the time to work time to respond to all these comments every day. But I'm blessed and I'm happy. I'm happy I'm engaging conversation. Even the negative people are even if, before I have to block them. I'm happy they're at least engaging, and if I feel like if they have insightful, interesting opinions, I'll let them rock. But just being rude and mean or just being rude to people in my comments. And I first of all, I don't play. Y'all are learning this about me. I don't play with my community. I don't play with anybody that's part of my community. There's no disrespect in them, especially if you're new or if you just come around. If you guys are joking, there's one thing, but there is none of you. There's I'm not building a community for people to disrespect each other. This is a safe space. Anybody could be. I don't care. You black, green, dumb, smart, big, short, little. There's a place here for you to be yourself. So somebody might like Roblox. Somebody might like, they might like what's it called? Poison control with the bugs, the mice and stuff. I It's cool. You can like whatever you like. People make fun of me for liking all this stuff now. Now it's cool to be a nerd. It's cool to like anime. It's cool to like super. It's cool to do all this stuff now. But they made fun of people like me all our life. And some of you guys are, you guys could understand this because you guys grew up the same way. You liking different things and certainly things like this in supernatural realm. People think you're weird. People think you're crazy. Now it's all cool. Since the Vampire Diaries and Twilight came out, as cool. Oh, shut up. Will they try to bully us? Yes, Destiny Lynn, creeping my TikTok. Destiny. Destiny's creeping my page. It's Destiny. She an artist. She's a rapper. See, even stuff like this, like some of my followers, like Destiny Lynn's an artist. She like this, which is cool. I like music. I like 2000s music. You know, so it's something relatable. I feel like it's something relatable for everybody on my page. You know, that's fire though. Thank you, Dest. I don't know if she. I think she probably followed me back. I literally cannot see when no one follows me. Not one person. Ooh, light is down. That's when you know it's time to go. When the light is not lighting. Yeah, I don't play with that. I promised my followers for 2025, my 2024 followers, like I was gonna give you guys great lighting for 2025. So there's not something I do no more. I used to have such bad lighting videos. Like sometimes, yeah, I still go back and look at my videos. Like, damn, the lighting's so bad. It's just so blurry. But it's it's part of the journey. You know, you got to start somewhere. You get better by just trying. You get better by doing. That's why I said, like, if you want to do content, start now. Especially like if you like a writer like me, get on it now. Like if you don't, like some writers already have, they're published and they already have their little, their followers and their fan base. I don't. I don't. So if you like me and you don't have your readers, go get your readers. Go find the people like you. And that goes for anybody, any kind of writers. You don't have to be in supernatural world. You could be writing STX novels. You can write, because and Rice was writing STX stuff at some point. I didn't know that for a long time. Nobody told me that. I was like, Anne Rice, Auntie Anne, you writing about STX? Oh my God. How's she writing about God and Jesus and STX? Anne said she don't care. She said, mind you, writers have a niche too. So like she wrote out of her niche, and I don't know if it did well. I don't know if you guys know or not, but yeah, that was crazy to hear. We want to hear Anne Rice talk about monsters. You know? All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Keep fighting, keep pushing throughout the day, and keep being kind. That's hardest. It's the hardest but easiest thing to do. All right. I'm gonna be back on here tonight to talk to you guys. Regular live time, around 1 a.m. time, late night vibes. Maybe we'll do a spooky story or two. All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.